Well, good morning folks, and welcome to the second of this week's review. Happy New Year to all of you who've subscribed and my viewers. Nice to see you back again, and I hope 2023 is going to be good for you. Firstly, let me apologise. I'm recovering from a heavy cold, so my voice is a little bit here and there at the moment, but hopefully we'll get through this for you. So Happy New Year, welcome again. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with you on another review. Today we're back in Norway, and we're looking at an airport that we have reviewed before. In fact, we reviewed a Freeware version. This is the PAYWARE version, and it's Bergen, FLEISLAND Airport in Norway, Echo November Bravo Romeo. This is the PAYWARE scenery version by RDPresets. This is version 1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. Download is 1 gig, and it installs at just under 3 gig, 2.9 gigabytes actually. It's available both from RDPresets' own website and from SimMarket. I'm going to give you the prices at SimMarket because they include VAT, and I'm certain of that. Not sure about the ones direct on the RDPresets website. So prices at SimMarket, €21.59, which equates to roughly $23.11 US. Or £19.11 UK. US and UK prices are estimates, and they do include tax or VAT, which may vary depending on the country you're in when you make your purchase. If you go to the RDPresets website, it's available for £19.99, and again, no idea whether tax is included or not in that. So personally, I'd play it safe and go to SimMarket, but we'll see. I was sent this scenery very kindly by RDPresets to review. I didn't buy it, but as ever, the thoughts and opinions are my own and not been influenced in any way by RDPresets themselves. Okay, so let's look at the list of features in this PAYWARE version. Realistic replica of ENBR, Bergen FLEISLAND Airport. Completely custom modelling and texturing with PBR textures on the whole airport. Full custom 3D interior, including 3D passengers, and we will look at those. More than 1,000 clutter objects on the apron and surrounding areas. Realistic and functioning VDGS, that's Visual Docking Guidance System. Custom ground textures, faithfully recreating the asphalt differences as in real life. They've done performance optimization, accurate night lighting, and I can say the night lighting is actually quite nice. I flew in here the other evening. Custom taxiway signage, ground traffic, and many more things. It's got quite a lot to it. Now, I'm not going to go through the history or the runways today because I've already done that where we reviewed the Freeware version. And although this isn't really a comparison between the two, I will make small comparisons here and there. We'll start to go down and have a good look at this airport as it is. But I'm going to put the link up to the Freeware review that I did some time ago of the Freeware Bergen FLEISLAND Airport, which, to be honest, is still going through development, and the guy's done a really good job. And he's also added a couple of links to various files that improve this area completely. When I first looked at this, having looked at the outside, you see all the lovely boats and things, and then as you go further north you come to the bridges, and you've got the default bridges and they look terrible. But I will show you a bit of video just quickly to show you what the bridges look like if you install the little freeware add-ons that actually work with this airport. So this is the PAYWARE version of Bergen FLEISLAND by RDPresets. I'll say right off the bat that it's been really well done. There's lots of really nice things about this airport. No little or no clutter as such. I can't really find anything to complain about. Probably the only thing is there's a small terrain anomaly near one building, which I'll show you in a bit, and also they've got the train in here, but it's not animated, which is a real pity. But those are the only real nitpicks I can find. It's a really nice scenery, and yes, it's better than the Freeware, in as much as that you've got terminal interior has been done, and a little bit more detail on the airport itself, especially with regard to the car parks and the various hangars and bits and pieces. There's obviously a lot more, so it is I hesitate to use the word better, because at the end of the day you don't have to spend the money. The Freeware BERGEN with the little add-ons is brilliant, and you'll see that in the Freeware review if you care to look at it. But today we're here to look at RDPresets PAYWARE version and see whether it's worth the money, and have a close look and see what it's like. So let's get down to it then and have a look. So as ever, we'll start with a scan across the airport generally so you can see the level of detail. Now just here is the anomaly I was talking about, where you've got cars that are sinking into the ground. But as you can see, the detail on this terminal and the airside departures, the hotels and everything else is just really good. Control tower is developed inside, we'll look at that. Here you can see the helicopter base. Again, you've got the Nordhordlandsbroen building, which is here, and the hangars developed inside. And as you can see, it's really good. Helicopter parking pads for you, lots of terrain modifications. The whole area looks really nice. And as you can see, it's been very nicely placed into the local terrain. And as you get away from the airport, you've got lots to see out in the bay here, cruise ships, smaller ships. And with the two add-on files that I mentioned earlier, you've got wonderful bridges, which we'll have a look at again during the night time, because they look great at night. There's the VOR station just below us. And here we track down the runway. This is looking down runway 17. There's the displaced threshold. All of the lighting's in place. Again, I'm not going to go too much into this because I've covered the runways and what's available in the Freeware review. So you can happily go and have a look at that if you want to know the history and the runway details. So here we come across to the central area bit here, and you just have a look at some of the detail here on the hangars and on the ground. You see they've got rockery and stuff that they've marked here. I mean, it looks really good. There's the open hangar. Got down there, you got a couple of de-icing trucks. Here's the Nordhordlandsbroen hangar, partially open. Got the fence line down there as well. Here's the helicopter base, and you've got helicopters, beautiful models of helicopters. Really nice. Let's have a close look at one. So there you are, Bristow helicopters, really nice there. There's a couple more in the corner there. Again, nice, really good models, and again, lovely details on the buildings here. It's nicely weathered. It really looks good. They've done a really nice job. So we're just panning across here from left to right. Here we're coming up towards the stands. Another helicopter there. As you can see, the detail is wonderful. The ground markings are excellent. Here's the satellite. And in a moment we'll have a quick look and see if the jetways work. Now there's my 737-800 that I flew in there last night for Fly UK. And here's the main terminal. And as we lift up there, you can see the famous BERGEN sign and the rock that's behind it. And again, really nice detail on the roads and the buildings. So we're just going to go past the main building here on the upper level. Now the upper level roads have been done not quite nicely here, as you can see. And you can see you've got animated people. We'll come back in a minute the other way so you can see inside the terminal from the outside. So here you can see in through the terminal glass, as you can see, nice development inside, right down to the Christmas tree there. We're looking landside on the lower and upper level. It does look really nice. It's quite impressive. All in all, that's been nicely done. Now, for some reason, they haven't really done the lower level. Here you can see ground level, you see all the cars, but no markings on this, certainly on this bit of the road. And again, we look on the lower level, you can see into the terminal building there. Some of these cars are slightly sunk into the ground, but it's just nitpicking. Just nitpicking, really. But it's been very nicely modelled, lighting in the roof part there. But as I say, I can't really work out why they've not done the roads on the lower level. So we just track back the other way so you can see there's a slight movement on the BERGEN sign. And here you can see various seating areas and grass areas landside of the car park there. Again, quite nicely done. Just as I said, a real pity that the landside road here has been done this bit here, but near the terminal it's not been touched. And here you can see the various buildings landside of the terminal. Again, nicely done. They do look better at night as well. There's just one of the 2 or 3 hotels around here in the scenery. So let's just cross from landside to airside over the fence here. You can just have a look at the level of clutter. I mean, there's loads of it. Quite a wide variety of surface clutter, bins, vehicles. I mean, it's very, very good. As you can see, the taxiway markings are excellent. And here's a close-up view of this part of the terminal from airside. And there you can see the VDGS visual guidance docking system here. And if you look through the windows, you can see people in the airside part of the terminal, this terminal as well. Strangely enough, when you look at the Freeware version of this, this building is actually a lot lighter grey, whereas here in the PAYWARE it's almost black. The PAYWARE's closer, but there's not a lot of difference between the two. As you can see, the quality of the workmanship on the building, the models are brilliant. Everything down to the ground markings, the placement of the fence line, some of the foliage. The whole thing looks really good. I'll just come out to one of the other hotels here. Again, the quality of modelling is very, very good. No complaints at all. Just coming out past the satellite building. Very, very nice. Okay, so here we are on stand 23, which is where Flight UK, one of the stands where we would park if we came into this airport. I actually flew in here last night. As you can see, I've attached the tug, and I just want to see whether this jetway works. Now, there's no mention of animated jetways in the features list, but let's see whether we can get this to work. Nope, the jetway is fixed here, so these particular jetways are not animated. Just looking at the others, I'm not sure that they work either. They're accurate as per the model of the airport, but it would seem that they don't actually work. So let's continue the tour and let's have a quick look at some of the ground markings. As you can see, there's a plethora of ground markings here. They're all as they should be. As I said, I flew in here last night when I did a flight for one of the virtual airlines that I fly with, Fly UK, and flew it live online on VATSIM. and all of this looks accurate as it should be. And by the time I came in here, it was actually dark, so the night lighting looks really good. I'm looking forward to showing you that shortly. Going up past the Wildero hangar here, we'll just have a quick look at some of the features of the scenery here at this part of the airport. As you can see, you've got the same level of detail here. So here's the Wildero hangar, which has been really nicely modelled. Very, very nice. Let's have a look inside. Okay, no internal modelling of the building inside. But as for the rest of it, you can see the detail is really good. Let's have a look at the control tower, because control tower is internally modelled. As you can see from the outside, we've got people in there, and we've got a technician there down to the right looking at the air conditioning unit. And there we are looking from the inside. You've got 3 controllers sitting at their screens and what appears to be probably a supervisor. And again, they've got this nice little touch where the glass is slightly sort of faded, so you get this the change of view out through the windows, which is as it should be. And just another shot showing you the inside there. I mean, I particularly like the detail on the computers. I mean, they're really detailed. They look like the old type, but it's just another example of how well this airport has been put together. So as we go across here, look, you can see buses, cars. The Clarion Hotel has been done with the same level of detail as the other one we looked at a moment ago. And it just looks really great. There's the car park. It looks lovely. It's really nicely detailed. The level of detail makes it better than the Freeware one, depending on what you want. As I've said before, and I'll say it again, you don't need to buy this. The Freeware one is more than adequate. But if you want the best currently, then this is it. So as you can see, ground signage is excellent. All of the parking areas are correct, as indeed they should be. It's really nice. So a quick look out to the bay there. As you can see, you've got boats and ships and various bits and pieces. Many of these boats are part of the scenery. They come with the RDPresets scenery, which I think is excellent. Without the scenery or with the other product, you don't get these. There are 2 other little modified files that enhance the marinas. Down here you can see you've got 3D boats, whereas in the default scenery they were only photo scenery. So you've got a couple of little files, as I say, which I will allude to near the end of the video, so you're absolutely sure what you can do to get the best version of this airport. And again, looking north, you've got cruisers here and more boats. There's also been work done, a little bit of work done to the city of Bergen, which is east of here. Okay, so there we've had a reasonably good look during the day. Let's turn the light down a little bit now. So it's not going to be that difficult because we're quite far north here. It's January 2023. So what I've done is I've just set this up for daytime so you get a good look. Let's turn the light down and see if we can get a reasonable sunset and turn the lighting on. Okay, it's 3:45 in the afternoon. As you can see, the sunset's right upon us and the lighting has come on. And again, the lighting's pretty subtle. Just looking at this shot here, you've got plenty of lighting on the stands. No problem at all taxiing around. You've also got a plethora of green taxiway lights, so quite easy to find your way. Lots of signs, all lit. So this, you're not going to have a problem finding your way around in the low light. And then looking towards the threshold of runway 17 to the north there. Here you've got the Wildero building and other parts of the scenery all lit as well. And a lovely view looking out to the southwest there where the sun's gone down behind those hills. Some of these boats are lit and some of them aren't, but it looks really good. And just a quick look to the southeast there. So you can see the lighting generally. As you can see, everywhere is well lit, and this is just the dusk. Looks even better at night. So let's get close up to the terminal, have a look at what you can see inside, and just the design and lighting of the terminal. So here's my aircraft on stand. It's the PMDG 737-800 Fly UK, parked on stand 23, and there you can see to the right, you can actually see in through those windows, and you've got people, some people, not a lot, but internal development done in the building there, which we'll have a look at in a minute. There's another nice view with the moon in the top there, and you can see now we've got the other part of the terminal, stand 20. We've got an AI aircraft parked on there. It doesn't come part of the scenery, but again, if you look through the windows, you can see development inside. So let's go inside the satellite first and have a look, see what we can see. So first of all, a quick view from outside. There you can see a couple of people. Very nicely modelled. Interior looks really good. So again, check-in desks there leading to the gate areas and the exit parts, and you can even see through the other side of the glass where you would go through down to the aircraft. And you've got a lady there, but don't seem to have any airline staff, unfortunately. There's our lady sitting down by the windows. So here we are looking pretty close up at these two models here, these two people, and as you can see, the quality is really quite good. There's a slight blurring, but actually the model the model of these two people is excellent. And again, looking at the other part of the terminal there, you can see out through the windows there's a lovely view of the moon, and the Clacton Hotel there in the distance, and you've got people here sitting, and a lady there looking out through the window. And again, more people sitting around. Another quick view of the three models there sitting, really, really good. And just a close-up look at one of the check-in desks here. You've got an airline staff member and two passengers. And here at another gate, you've got a series of passengers waiting to board and a young lady, member of the airline staff, checking them through. And in the distance there, you can see two more airline staff out here. Just a quick look from the outside. Here you can see parallaxing on the windows on the upper level, and the lighting's really nice. This building is quite nicely enhanced by the lighting. Down here you've got your visual guidance docking system, all active on various gates. It all works with a plug-in, and again plenty of lighting there out on the stands itself. So let's go and have a look at the main terminal building on the other side here. Again, airside, all looks wonderful, no problems at all with lighting, and all looks great really. Blast screen there, you've got to be careful of that. So let's go in towards gate 20 here. And just a look from the outside, as you can see people, bits and pieces inside. I get a little bit of judder in here when I move the camera around, probably because of the level of detail. So let's pop inside. So a couple of people at one of the gates, as you can see, there's only, okay, I've seen this guy before, but there's really very little repetition of models, which is a good thing in my opinion. So access to the ladies and gents toilets. And this is, I don't know, it's like a coffee area called the Altitude. Very nice. Again, some nice modelling, very little repetition of people. You don't see a lot of the same people models. They're very different, all of them. Wonderful signage up here, nice and clear. And various little landside shops, or rather airside shops I should say. There's another one there, and some more people. Again, very little repetition of people models. They're all different. And there, as we go up a little bit, you've got RDPresets who've got their own coffee lounge. That's a nice touch. And again, it only seems to be this guy that seems to be duplicated. Looking out through the glass there to the ramp. And again, looking at the other way, it's really nice. This airside area looks great. Right, we're just going to show you a couple of shots from the landside internal. Another nice lady there sitting there reading a book. There you can see the train, which unfortunately is not animated. Let's go there and have a look. I mean, they've done the station, such a nice model, and it would have been a real plus to animate this train and have it working. Those of you who have got the Beijing scenery that was done, you'll see animated train there, which looks fantastic. So it is possible to do this and do this well. So RDPresets, if you're watching this, maybe the next update, maybe think about animating this train. It'd be really nice. So just a quick shot across there from landside. And here we are inside part of the landside terminal. There you've got the escalator and staircase, our young lady sitting there. Toilets, public toilets on the left, and also Avis car rental. Meeting points on the upper level. Let's have a look. Again, this all looks really nicely done. A little bit dark in parts, but this might be because of this rather unique lighting in the roof. But again, lots of people, and again, very little, practically no repetition of models. Christmas tree's a nice touch. And here you've got self-check-in and the bag drop. And you've got a young lady there doing that, which is great. And again, you've got this parallaxing effect on the windows up here, which is, it has been nicely done. There's your meeting point. And just another view of the other end of the terminal, the northern end. As you can see, more manual and automatic check-in. Got the odd person sitting around. All I can say is these people aren't animated, but there we go. Departures, baggage drop on the left there. And again, quality of signage is good. The crispness as you go, even close up, it's really crisp. Nice, very nicely done. And a quick look back across the other direction. There you can see the terminal internal map that's been written there on the meeting point, which is a nice touch. And just a last look from outside. Really, really good. So as you can see, internal modelling of the building is excellent. It's very, very nice. Going back airside here now, you can see the lighting on the stands looks good. We're just going to have a look at some of these areas here and see how they're lit. Car park lighting looks good. And as we go out towards the taxiways here, you can see the signage, the blue airfield edge lights and the green centerline lights. That truck shouldn't be there. And as we get to the runway here, you've got the wigwags. And if I remember correctly, I need to double check, but if I remember correctly, the wigwags aren't operating in the Freeware. So a quick look down the runway here, you can see the lighting's there. You've got the bay's eyes, they're on both sides of the runway. Signage here looks great, even on the taxiways, and the lighting is excellent. So here's we approach the other end of the airport where the helicopter base is. As you can see, beautiful subtle lighting that's lit this building. We'll go up towards the control tower and have a look at the lighting there too. Beautiful drop lighting down there, and you've got this parallaxing here on the building here. It looks really good. So there you can see lighting inside the control tower, and there we are in the sunset from inside the tower. So here's the helicopter base. You've got one or two little terraforming issues here. You've got this sort of bump in the landscape here, but it's not really going to affect you even if you taxi a helicopter on here. This is all pretty flat, but the attention to detail is excellent. You can see the lighting, and there's parallaxing on the buildings through the windows that gives you the impression that something's going on. This drop lighting is beautiful. And here, look, they've even gone to the detail of putting the old manged up wooden pallets in the bin there. A couple of vehicles here, properly signed. Helicopters look good in the darkness. The signage is great on the buildings, of course. So let's just have a quick pass over this area. I mean, doesn't it, this really looks nice. This is what sets it apart from the Freeware. Make no mistake, the Freeware for a pilot, it has everything you need, and it does look good, and the gentleman is still improving it. I think we're in version 1.9 at the moment. But if you want the best, if you want all the eye candy, this is the one to get at the moment. And the lighting is beautiful. The way this has been done just looks wonderful. It's very, very nice. Just the subtleness of it all, it's just great. It's been beautifully done. And it matches reality, it really does. And even out here where you've got these little private aircraft, you've got lighting that's been beautifully modelled. Can't see any Asobo globes either. This is beautifully done. Light sources are correct, and even out here, way off the airport, sort of proper, they've modelled this beautifully. You continue up this road and you'll come to the airfield gate. But there's lots of little odd aircraft scattered around here and there. So here's the double gates that would come across when they close this. So just quickly, here's the view looking to the north. Here you've got a couple of cruise ships, other bits and pieces. You've got a bridge here and another bridge that's over there. Which would look so much better with the add-on because the bridges have got lights on them. In fact, let's just go and have a quick look. So here you can see one of the bridges, and as you can see, it's beautifully lit, and you've got the flashing lights on the top that flash, and the cars are going across the bridge, whereas in the default scenery you've got a single bridge with no cables, and the cars are going through the water. Come round the corner, and here's the other bridge. And once again, beautifully modelled. Here you can see cars going across the bridge, they're not going through the water. And there, just a quick look at the bridge itself proper, you can see the flashing bit on the top. It's really nicely done. These just little files that you can get freeware from flightsim.to that I'll mention as well, and put the links up. That just basically complete this area of Bergen that looks brilliant. You've got a brilliant airport and an amazing little area location around it to explore. Okay, turn the light down to night now. We'll have a quick look. Not going to spend too long on here because I want to try and keep this video reasonably short. So let's lower the lighting down a little further. Okay, 7:15 in the evening, and it's well and truly dark now, as you can see. And looking at the airport overview here, you can see plenty of lighting. No problems at all really, anywhere. Getting in and out of this airport is going to be a breeze. And here you can see the stand lighting is as it should. It's come up a bit, which is what it should do. Here's the helicopter area, and this area to the north here where the Wilderow hangar is, and you've got this slight difference in the lighting land side. It all looks really good. So a little close up of the satellite there, you can see no problems with the lighting at all. It's lovely, it's very subtle. The car parks are nicely lit, and of course the hotels as well. Bergen sign there, and here you can see well inside the building of the terminal, see the passengers. Quick look to the north, as you can see, it looks beautiful. Really no qualms or problems at all with this airport at night. And looking south to the right there, you've got the threshold of runway 35, and then you've got more lighting and development, all rather subtle I have to say, out here as well. A distinct lack of Asobo globes floating around, which really impresses me. Very, very nice indeed. So as you can see, the lighting is beautiful. It's very, very nicely done, and it's great. It's very impressive. So let's bring it up to the early morning, and I'll give you my conclusions and thoughts. Okay, so just before midday here, as I said, we're right up in the far north, so you don't get too much daylight here during the winter months. Do I like it? Yes, I do. Is it better than the Freeware? Yes, it is. In so many ways. Internal development of the terminal buildings and the satellite, a beautiful ramp area development, lots of signage, all properly done, wigwags, signage that's lit at night as well, lots of weathering on the buildings. They all look pretty realistic. Control towers developed, the Wildero hangar looks good as well, and even as you go far off the airport, they've also managed to throw in some cruise liners and boats and bits and pieces off the airport as well. The buses are accurate, nothing's going on the runway. The whole area is, as they say, they've 1,000+ items of clutter on the building, and it all works. Probably the only issues I have, you've got that small terrain issue where you get not quite leveling of the ground, and a couple of vehicles sort of sinking into the ground. And also they've done a beautiful model of the train, but it's not animated. I really would like to see that animated. You go to that length to do a beautiful train, it's just a static model inside a piece of a station that's also not been terribly modelled, to be honest. But those are the only real nitpicks. It's a beautiful scenery, it's typical of the work of RDPresets, and it's great. No qualms about it at all. What about the Freeware? Okay, as I've said a couple of times in this video, from a pilot point of view, the Freeware airport is great. It's got all you need as a pilot in terms of flying in, taxiing in and parking up, and then getting out again. What I like about the RDPresets version is that they've really lifted that up and added so much more that gives the airport the quality. And what I'm really pleased about, the Freeware little add-ons that I've discussed that give you the bridges, and that give you some of the 3D boats in the bays instead of just the photo reel. Those are Freeware off FlightSim.to that work with the Freeware scenery to enhance it, but lo and behold, they also work with this PAYWARE. I can't see any conflicts or issues at all. So with those little additional Freeware files and this PAYWARE airport, you get arguably the best version of this airport and its location that we've got to date. Is it worth €22? Remember, those price includes VAT. Yes, I think it is. The standard of texturing development work really kind of fits that price range. And they've, as I said, they've done some work and added some of the boats and bits and pieces outside of the airport environment, even right up to those little gates up in the darkness up in the far north there. And the night lighting is exceptional. It's a really nice place at night or at dusk. Would make a great video. So yes, I do think it's the price. And remember, those prices include VAT. You don't have to add VAT. So I think that's really nice. But I repeat, the Freeware version is available. It's continually being updated, and it's all you need if you want to fly into Bergen. And the additional Freeware files really make this location. It's wonderful. But if you want the best, then the RDPresets PAYWARE version is worth every penny, in my opinion, and it works. I can see no real issues or no stutters or other problems that are akin to some other sceneries. The terrain issues that I've spotted really don't affect you taxiing around the airport. Like I said, I flew in here last night. I had no problems at all. Very impressed with it. Okay, so there we go then. It's Bergen FLEISLAND Airport in Norway, Echo November Bravo Romeo. This is the PAYWARE version by RDPresets version 1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. Download is 1 gig and installs just under 3 gig. It's available from RDPresets' own website, but those prices I don't know if they include VAT or tax. But you can get it at Sim Market for just under €22, and those prices do include VAT or tax, which of course may vary depending on what country you're in when you make your purchase. Once again, I'll put the link up to my review of the Freeware version, so you can see that and make a comparison if you want to. But I'll also list the additional files you need to give you the bridges with the wonderful lighting and the other little terrain bits and pieces that make this whole scenery sort of location really a must for you to go flying. It's only 2 hours away from the UK, and it's just a stunning piece of work. So there you go, folks, that winds up this review. Thank you very much for joining me and for watching. I apologise for my voice and the odd bits of coughing going through the video, but I'm still suffering a bit from the cold, but I am determined to get this video out for you to see. Happy New Year to you all. Thank you again for joining me in the last 2 years that I've been at this, and I'm hopefully going to try to improve my editing skills still further. But if you've been on the fence about this, hopefully this video will have given you some idea of just how good this scenery is. And obviously I leave it to you to decide whether you want to get the PAYWARE version, spend out the money for it and treat yourself, or whether you're happy to fly with the Freeware, which in my opinion is an excellent. The Freeware version, make no mistake, is very, very well done, and he's still updating it and it works. It's very nice. But if you want the best with all the bells and whistles and all the eye candy, this is it. So thanks again, folks. Have a great new year. Nice to see you. This is Lee saying bye for now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye now.